on the Ariel Helwani MMA show today, he talked to Kron Gracie in an interview, and one of the things that came up was the whole flat Earth thing. I'll talk about how I feel on it, but I'll let Kron talk first.
I got when I said that you were going to be on the show was ask Kron if he still believes the Earth is flat. And so, on behalf of the people, they would like to know if you still believe the Earth is flat, and if so, why?
I think they could just watch the thing on YouTube.
Okay.
They could just do that.
But you do still believe that?
Yeah, I believe the Earth is flat.
And do you get a lot of feedback on these thoughts? People get very fired. Like, personally, if you believe the Earth is flat, great, it doesn't bother me. But people get really fired up about this sort of thing. Do you hear from a lot of people?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, people are always going to say something. And I'm not, like, trying to, like, promote the flat Earth and, like, trying to, like, push it. And I didn't really want to even talk about it. But it's not that, ultimately, no one really knows until you get into a rocket and you can fly up and really see. But I just have some doubts on some of the things, and I just don't know if there's enough information for me to believe that the Earth is spinning, I mean, I don't even really want to get into this really too much. But.
No, I respect it. I just, as a man of the people, I try to ask what they want. I have no problem with it. In fact, I think it's good that it doesn't seem like you're on Twitter these days, right? So I was looking for.
Yeah, so that's his quote there. I don't really think this is worth the video, but after seeing the response on Twitter after this, there were some transcriptions of the interview where they were just asking if Kron believes the Earth is flat, and it seemed like there's a lot of negative response to Kron. So I figured I might as well just kind of like put out a video on it and talk about why I think that it's a little bit overblown. First off, in terms of like this whole flat Earth thing, as far as where I stand personally, I don't believe in the flat Earth. I think it makes way too much sense for the Earth to be round. There's a lot more evidence that seems to be pointing to a round Earth than a flat Earth, but that's neither here nor there. That being said, if people want to believe the flat Earth, unless you're working in a job where it's necessary for you to believe that the Earth is round, maybe like if you work at NASA, if you're a meteorologist, where the shape of the Earth has an effect on weather, or if you are a boat captain and that has an effect on how you're going to go about getting to your destination. Like if you're a jiu-jitsu fighter or an MMA fighter and you think the Earth is flat, honestly, who gives a shit? Like Eddie Bravo, same thing. Like you own a big jiu-jitsu gym. Again, who gives a shit if you think the Earth is flat? A lot of people seem to like just go completely nuts over this whole flat Earth thing. I don't really understand it. I guess maybe they just think that it's like they're so sure that the Earth is round, so therefore if someone believes it's flat, then it's just like, wow, you must be so stupid. But I mean, people believe a lot of things, especially when it comes to politics. People seem to have a lot of beliefs that tend to counter logic. And the thing with politics, though, is that like when people have a belief on a political opinion, a lot of times they're pushing for a lawmaker to do something about it. With the flat Earth, a lot of these people who believe in flat Earth generally don't trust the government in the first place. That's probably part of the reason why they don't trust that the Earth is round, because the government says so. So they're not asking the government to do anything. So they're just kind of like blissfully believing whatever they want to believe. And that's the case with Kron. And even as he said there, like it's not something that he's like trying to go out of his way to convince people of. He's just saying that personally he doesn't believe the Earth is round. And unless he has a chance to like go into a rocket and go into outer space and see it, he's not going to. Now, do I think it's weird? Sure. Do I care? No. Don't think it's that big of a deal. Do I think that people who care should care? No. A lot more important things for you guys to worry about. If you disrespect Kron for this, or you feel like Kron is harder to cheer for now because he's a flat earther than before, I mean, look, that's your own personal preference. You're allowed to have your own opinion, but I just don't see why people go so crazy over this whole flat earth thing. And it kind of reminds me. So there are a couple things to mention on this flat earth thing. So for on one hand, if you're talking to somebody who actually does believe in flat earth, generally the worst thing you can do is try to shut them up or make them feel like they have like some kind of forbidden knowledge. So anytime someone mentions they're a flat earther and you just want to like shut them out, it might think like you're making a statement to them. But if you're actually the person who believes in the flat earth and someone's trying to tell you that you can't talk or that you shouldn't be able to talk or that any videos that are saying that the earth is flat should be censored, to you what you're hearing is, wow, you must have some forbidden knowledge and we got to hide it. Because if this knowledge, if it wasn't real, if the earth was round, then why are we so concerned about there being flat earth videos out? So in trying to like push back against him, you're actually kind of making his belief stronger. But then on the other hand, if you think about trolling, just in general, like what a troll does is if you're a troll, you want to take the least amount of effort to get the biggest response from someone. So if you look at some of the more impressive trolls that have happened right now in terms of like the political standpoint, you had that 4chan thing with the OK sign where you do the little OK sign with your hand and it spells out WP, which is for white power. They made up like a little meme about it. And now all of a sudden you have all these major news stations that are talking about how anytime someone does a little OK sign, they're signifying white power. You had Kathy Griffin after the whole Covington thing, where she put out a tweet of the Covington basketball team doing the little 3-pointer sign, saying that they were signaling white power. Like, that's a good troll. But the flat Earth thing can be a pretty good troll too, because people get so upset about it whenever you say that you believe the Earth is flat, or you make some kind of nonsensical argument about the Earth being flat, that if you're just trying to rile people up, all you have to do is just make up a fake argument about the flat Earth, and people go crazy. It's actually kind of funny. I was talking to a friend while I was playing video games with him, and we were playing Rocket League, and there was like this discussion in Rocket League about whether or not the ball curves. And one of my other friends is like, "Hey, if you believe the ball curves, then you also believe in flat Earth." So I was just kind of fucking around, and I'm like, "All right, fine. Well, now that you mention it, if the Earth was round, or if the Earth was round, then how come you can roll on a flat mat or some stupid shit like that?" And my other friend, like, you can just kind of like hear him seething in the background, like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're saying this. I can't believe this." And it's like, I'm just pulling shit out of my ass right now, and you're getting upset about it. Like, this is becoming fun for me. And I think for a lot of people who troll with flat Earth, that's kind of what they see there, is that people get so upset about it that it's just fun to mess with them. So if you're upset about someone who is bringing up a flat Earth idea like Kron Gracie, just take it this way. If he honestly believes it, by you getting upset, you're kind of reinforcing it in his mind. And if he's just fucking around with you and you're getting upset, well, guess what? You're playing into his game. So I say just leave it be. Let Kron be. If he wants to believe the Earth is flat, that's fine. Whatever. Maybe he'll get a chance to go to space someday in the future. Maybe Elon Musk will have chartered flights out to space with SpaceX, and Kron will have enough money from the UFC after he wins a bunch of fights that he decides that that's what he wants to invest in. Who knows? But to me, this is fairly harmless, and I think people should probably not be getting too upset about him over it.